Hi friends, I am here with week 33, and this week I'd like to talk to you about Bashar's tool that he has for transforming beliefs. This week was week 33 and I've just completed it. And this week I went back to work after being off for 2 weeks over the Christmas break. And it was an amazing, relaxing, so much fun over the break. And then I went back to work and I was excited to go back. And I had this idea of starting a club at my school. I wanted to do something I would love to teach Bashar or help kids with Bashar's teachings at school, but I feel like where I am in Tennessee, maybe it's not really a good time for that. And I don't know a lot of people that are really open to, receiving channeled wisdom from aliens at this point, but I think it's coming 2027, right? Anyway, I had an idea of starting a club that I want to do something to make a difference and to lift the consciousness of people, and especially young kids, to help them feel better about themselves and about their environment and so on and so forth. So I came up with this idea of starting a changemaker club, and that the club will be led by kids, and then they will come up with ideas to help make their middle school classroom better, and then work towards making those improvements. So classroom, it could be school-wide, it could be community-wide, and to help kind of make a positive difference in the world. So I think that's a great idea. I haven't pitched it to the students yet, so I'm not sure if it is something that is going to go over or if there'll be any interest in it, but it excites me to think about it and to get involved with it. So I think that is a positive step. So that happened this week. And then the other positives, I was doing better at staying on my nutrition plan, and I got some workouts in too. So I think that was definitely a good start compared to the last couple of weeks where I really fell off my nutrition and workout plan a lot and didn't feel good about that. Challenges. However, there are still challenges, and my challenge this week has just been to kind of understand why I'm making the choices that I am still making, like not to, to reach my protein goals every day, and not to get all of my workouts in like I had planned to. And I find myself still not acting in alignment with who I say I prefer to be. So that tells me that I have some limiting beliefs that could be holding me back in that area. And I am doing a little bit of work to uncover those. One of the things that I found was Bashar's teaching. It's called a transformative shifting tool, and it's from his teachings on, titled Changing Core Beliefs. And it involves looking at this spiral. It looks almost like the letter G on the background of a lot of circles, and so you follow this spiral down, and it mimics the idea of going down through different dimensions. And he talks about using the 4Ds to uncover your limiting beliefs. So number one is to have the desire. Be open to the idea of exploring and discovering more of who you are. So desire is one of the D's. The other one is, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. So desire, I should have written that somewhere. Desire, and oh, okay. Here is the actual saying that you say 4 times before you do the exercise. I desire to define my dedication to detachment. So you say that 4 times, and then you start at the top of the spiral, and then you follow it down to the center. Once you get down to the center of the spiral, then you're open and you make it like a visual of something. A word might come into your mind or some type of thought. And after you feel like you have stayed down at the bottom of the spiral for enough time, then you come back up. And then on the second time, whenever you go down, you take whatever came to mind, you take that with you down on the second time for your spiral. And then you do the same thing and then see what comes up, and then you come back up. You do this 4 times. You do the process 4 times. And I've done it twice so far. He says to do it for 90 days. And you will be amazed. Specifically, he says, within 30 to 90 days, you will see an expanded increase in synchronicities and information about transforming your beliefs. So I'm very excited about that. When I did my first trip, whenever I got to the bottom, the word pain came into my mind. And so on the second trip, I took that back down there, and then the middle part of the little visual that he gave us looked like a sun to me. So that came into my mind, sun and light. And so I went back down and I took the pain and I took the sun and the light with me. And then I got this image in my mind of like an explosion. So I labeled that as combustion or alchemy, and then I brought that back down. When I went down the last time, I pictured myself taking a suitcase down, and I opened up the suitcase, and what was inside of it was my inner being or essence. So I thought that this was a really cool experience that I had. So that makes me think that that it's working. Like I'm gonna probably have some great transformations. And then he says after you do this 4 times, he gives you another visual to look at. I'll have to link this information to you down below so you could get it and try it for yourself. I'm probably not doing it justice by the way that I'm explaining it. But anyway, after you go up and down the spiral 4 times, then he gives you another visual to look at that. And for that one, here, I'll show you what they look like. So this is the first one that he gives you. It's like, to me, it looks kind of like a G, and then you follow that spiral all the way down to the bottom. And then the second one, this is the one that you do 4 times, and then write down what you get each time. And then the next one that you do, you look at this. I think he said that these symbols are based on Phoenician alphabet. He said that from the inner being, through sight, sound, touch, and feeling are manifested the path, windows and doors to the unknown, which always leads back to the inner being. So you say that statement, and then you study this little group of symbols. And that's it. You do that each day. And then after that, you are open to whatever comes to you after you do that process. And some things that have come to me so far since I have been doing it, I've attracted to myself some things. I've learned some things about changing habits. And I thought that that was really interesting because they automatically started popping up on my YouTube. And I listened to one of them was by Mel Robbins, and I think both of them were Mel Robbins. And she was interviewing different people about habits and some things that you can do to stick to your habits and to make them, make those changes that you say you want to do. So one of the things that I attracted to myself was the knowledge that when you have a morning routine, if you include anticipation for the day, so something positive that you are thinking about experiencing for that day, that your morning routine should maybe include some relaxation, and then also connection, either connection to yourself, connection to your higher self, connection to your animals, connection to another person. And I really like that idea. I think one of the things that I have gotten away from doing on work days is my morning routine that I love to do on the days that I'm off, I just love to get up in the morning, enjoy my coffee, very relaxed, and then do some journaling, some meditating. I love all that stuff. And I don't take the time to do that normally in the mornings because on work days, I have to get up at about 5 o'clock. So in order to get my routine in, I would have to probably get up 30 minutes to an hour earlier. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing that. But I feel like if I start incorporating that again into my life, it will have an amazing effect. So a morning routine for me could be, and I'm going to try that this week and see how it goes, to wake up and then feed the animals, have some coffee, make a gratitude list of all the things that I'm grateful for. And then I also have this book where I have different pictures of my family members and like different affirmations printed out. So I call it my book of love. So I'm going to look through my book of love and then just really feel it. I mean, I think it's great to get yourself into a space of unconditional love and like focusing on your pets and the people in your life, your children and your grandchildren, just people that you love so much can be a great way to get you into that vibration. So I want to do that. And then there's a meditation that I learned from Suzanne Giesman, and it's the Bless Me meditation. It's pretty quick. Like you take some deep breaths and then the whole process, like it's an acronym. Bless Me is an acronym and each letter stands for something. So anyway, do the Bless Me meditation, which is about a 10-minute meditation to kind of get myself in the right mindset. And then after that, I'm planning on doing the Bashar meditations to uncover my belief system. So this little spiral first, followed by this. I think that will probably take like 5 minutes. It's not that time consuming. And then after that, I want to journal about it and like what kind of information I got from those. And then also do a little bit of automatic writing. So a great question that I like to ask myself is, higher spirit or higher self, angel, spirit guides, what message do you have for me today? And then just write down whatever comes to mind. Usually it's so sweet. It's like, I love you. You're doing such a great job. I'm so proud of you. Like it's always so positive, and sometimes it makes me cry. I don't know if it's just myself making these things up, but and that's another technique that Bashar recommended in his last live stream, which was the Silent Season, I think was the name of it. He talks about that, meditating and then doing automatic writing to access your higher self. So doing that and then doing a little bit of yoga and petting my dogs and really connecting with them in the morning. And then making my breakfast and getting ready. So I think that whole process will take me about an hour. And yes, I'll have to get up a little bit early, but it will really start my day off well and keep me in my heart as I go through the day, like keep it really heart-centered. And I am a middle school teacher, and it's easy to let students and their behaviors sometimes distract you from what you really want to do and your intentions. So it's better to be very intentional and be very heart-centered as I'm going into the day. So that's my week, and that's those are some of the things that I'm really excited about, and I can't wait to see how these work. And I am excited about uncovering more limiting beliefs and just knowing myself better. And being more in alignment with who I really am at a soul level. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Please like the video if you found that it was interesting or helpful. And then join us on this journey. We would love to hear your comments and your feedback and how Bashar's teachings are helping you to live your best life. So with that, I'm going to close out, and I hope that you all have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next week.